Ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out.
Hey babies, what's good? It's your girl Chanel. Before we get into this vlog today, I want to try on these contact lenses that I ordered from Unicoeye. So here's the packaging. So their packaging is really cute. If you guys never heard of Unicoeye contact lenses, I don't know where you've been. They are an FDA approved contact lens brand. They also offer prescription contact lenses. So every contact lens that you see me try on today can be prescripted, so you don't need to wear your glasses. So that's one thing to take note. They're comfortable, FDA approved, and 100% safe on the eye. And let's get into it. So I ordered me 5 lenses from their store, and I can't wait to see what they look like. And I want you guys to comment down below your favorite pair. All these lashes that I'm trying on last about 1 year. First pair I'm going to try on is Bunny Gray. I'm going to show you guys what I look like with one in and one without, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so this is with one Bunny Gray in, one out. You guys see that we're gonna get it up close. These are so cute. I'm gonna show you what both look like on, but I love these. Okay, so this is with both the Bunny Gray in. I love these. These are so pretty. These don't look too crazy. Like if I was out with them, these could probably pass as my eyes. Let's try on the next pair. Next, I'm gonna try on Bunny Brown. So let's see what this looks like on. This is with one Bunny Brown in, one without. They pretty much look just like my eyes, but these look a lot more glowy and just a little more brown. Okay, and this is with both Bunny Brown in. Again, this really looks like my eyes, but I love how glowy it looks. These look so natural. They look like a natural eye, and you can get them prescripted, which is why I love them. So let's try on the next pair. Okay, so the next pair I'm gonna try on is Green Infinity. Oh my god, these are so pretty. So this is with one Green Infinity in, one without. I love how natural all these lenses look. Like they don't look too over exaggerated. They're perfect for everyday eyewear with the prescription if needed. Like these look really good on me. So I'm gonna show you guys what I look like with both on. Okay, this is with both Green Infinities in. I love these. These are so pretty. Look at how natural these look. I love them so much. So my eyes look really great. Nice green. Oh my god, I love these. So this is the up close of the Green Infinity. And the next pair I'm going to try on is Blue Infinity. Okay, and this is with one Blue Infinity in and one without. Oh my god, I love these. So my mom, her eyes are blue, and I'm so mad because it's like, child, I should have had them blue eyes, and this is really given, because I would want these blue eyes because they're blue, but they're not like that extra light blue. But wow, they look fire. I really wish my eyes was blue. Like my mom jeans really played itself, right? But well, I would look so pretty with blue eyes. But I'm gonna show you guys what I look like with the next pair on. Okay, this is with both Blue Infinity in. These are my favorite pair right here. I always wish I had blue eyes, and this is it right here. I love these. Look at these. These are so pretty. This is the up close of them. I love them so much. I have one more pair to try on, and that's going to be Brown Infinity. Oh my god, these are so pretty. These are these cute hazel eyes. These are giving hazel. So this is the Brown Infinity. I love these. This is with one in, one without, and I love these. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm so glad. Like I have perfect vision, but honestly, if I didn't and I needed contacts, like I would be getting prescription contacts, and I would be wearing something like that instead of glasses. So if you wear glasses and you prefer to do lenses, I suggest you go over and get you some prescription contact lenses, and if not, you could just get these for everyday wear. And this is with both Brown Infinity in. These are so beautiful. Look at these. And these contact lenses are so comfy. As you guys can see, my eyes are not red, they're not irritated. These are really soft, comfy, FDA approved contact lenses. So if you guys like any of these lenses that I'm wearing, they're going to be down in my description box down below. They also offer so many different colors, so many different varieties. So make sure you check out their site down below in my description box. I love you guys so much, and we're going to get into today's exciting vlog. I love you guys, and hey y'all, what's good? It's your girl Chanel. So today is May 21st. I actually got my surgery on May 2nd. So I'm just about to be 3 weeks post-op, and to be honest, today is like the best day that I felt through all the days, because I got up today, I'm like, nah, I really got to get myself together. Like, I got all the hair off my body, I did my hair, like, I was like, nah, like, I gotta, come on, it's time to really snap out of this, because this healing, it's just a lot harder than just lipo 360 healing. Like, it's so different. So I'm gonna tell you guys everything that I wish I knew before I got a BBL, and then I'm gonna answer y'all questions. I did polls on Instagram, and a lot of people sent in questions, so I'm gonna make sure I answer it. And y'all know me, I just like to get straight into the video. So before I get into it though, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure your post notifications are on. That helps my channel grow. And like, come on, don't play with me. Come on, don't play with it, don't play with it. Come on, baby, don't play with it. So nah, but if you guys didn't see my surgery vlog, I would definitely recommend that you watch that before you watch this, because that video is going to give you a lot of clarity. Like, you could really see every step of the way through my BBL journey. You could see how I was waking up from surgery, because a lot of people said, what's your pain level, what's your pain level, what's your pain level? If you really go watch that video, you could clearly see my pain level, how I'm acting. Like, that BBL video I did, it was a great video. I got so much good feedback. Like, people was like, nah, this was a good video. So I just recommend y'all go watch that, then come back to this if you haven't. So I took some notes. So I'm gonna just start off with things that I wish I knew before I even got a BBL. So you guys know I did do lipo 360 before, and the reason why I got lipo 360 before, because a lot of people are like, oh, why you got a second round, or oh yeah, they never stop and they just addicted and that. It's like, girl, pipe down, because first of all, I never ever got a BBL. I got one round of lipo 360. Then the one place I was getting massaged from, they wasn't massaging me correctly, so I had some scar tissue, and I was working with a double board certified plastic surgeon. So he does revisions, he travels around the world and fix like people messed up lips. Like, he's a very talented surgeon. So he ended up doing like like getting rid of the scar tissue for me free of charge, because he's just an amazing surgeon. So that technically wasn't really a surgery. It took like 30 minutes. I was awake and he just removed scar tissue. So I don't really count that as surgery. But so all I did was one round of lipo 360, and then this is my second round of lipo 360 with a fat transfer to the hip dips. So a lot, even though I'm starting off with things I wish I knew, this kind of ties in. A lot of people's like, why did you not go to your same surgeon, and why did you get a second round? So first of all, the reason why I got a second round is because the first time I didn't feel my hip dips, and when I let my surgeon look at me before the first time, my first round, he noticed my hip dips, he recommended it, but I was so scared to do a fat transfer because people was dying and it just wasn't as safe as it is now. Like I said, now they use ultrasound to assist them with the BBL, so they could literally see exactly where they're injecting the fat. So it's almost impossible for them to inject the fat into your bloodstream and for you to get a fat embolism. That wasn't really around 2 years ago. I think it was only one surgeon doing that, but that wasn't a surgeon I was interested in. I had no plans on going to Miami. So my first surgeon, I chose him. He was in New York City. He had a great vibe. I love him to death. I still love him. I'm gonna link my video with him down below. He is the best surgeon to date. I love his energy. I love his soul. I love how organized he was. I love everything about that man. Like, he's amazing. The only reason why I went to another surgeon is because this surgeon in Miami, to me, he has better prices for his BBLs, number one, and he gives the exact look that I want. And you know, my first surgeon was amazing. He did exactly what he needed to do with my lipo 360, snatched up my stomach, took out, you know, fat out my back safely. Super organized, clean staff, just amazing. So he was so perfect for my first round of surgery. Like, that's the type of energy you want for your first round. It wasn't rushed. I felt very cared for. Like, he's just everything, bedside manner. But this surgeon, my second surgeon, I feel like Miami is just a place for like BBLs. It felt a lot faster, a little more rushed. It was no real connection, but I got the results that I wanted. He was nice, you know, he checked on me, but it just wasn't the same. But that's not a deal breaker. But I did like his BBL results better, so that's why I chose him. But my first surgeon is outstanding, and his prices is a lot more because he works at one of the top surgical places in the world, and he's in New York City. And New York City results on the BBL, y'all know, it's just completely different from Miami. So that's the answer to that question. But things that I wish I knew before going to get a BBL is that Listen, not sitting down is not fun at all. Not being able to lay down on your back or your side is so frustrating. Like, that to me is the most annoying part of this entire journey. Like, if you guys watch my vlog, you guys seen I was up and moving pretty fast. I was good. You know, the pain, it definitely hurts. Don't get me wrong. It is painful, but it was bearable. But being, like, the worst part of this entire thing is definitely having to sleep on my stomach. Because I got lipo 360 before, and lipo is what hurts the most. It's really not the BBL. When I woke up out of surgery, my butt was actually hurting, but it wasn't hurting. Like, it just hurt, but it wasn't nothing to cry about or anything like that. But you know, lipo really hurts, right? And lipo on your stomach hurts more than the back. Like, back lipo don't really hurt like that. Even when you get the massages, like, the back feel good. Back lipo is a walk in the park. Stomach lipo to me has to be one of the worst pains of lipo, right? And when you get a BBL, you literally have to lay on your stomach, so it's super painful to me, like, having to lay on your stomach. Then my faja be on my rib cage. Like, it's so annoying. I have not had a great night's sleep. Like, I try eating melatonin, I try everything. Like, I cannot sleep through the night still up to today, like, because my stomach is still sore. Then the faja, it get, you know, it's tight, so it's literally on my rib cage. And my surgeon really lipoed around my rib cage, because my rib cage is really big and it had a lot of fatty tissues around it. So he lipoed all of that out, and it is the worst pain ever. So, you know, one thing I would say is, like, not being able to sit and not being able to lay on your butt and your side is life-changing. It's annoying. I have, like I said, I have not got a good night's sleep, but the results are worth it. And I have 3 more weeks. I have, I think, about 23 more days so I could sit on my butt and just sleep peacefully. So I can't wait for that. Then another thing that I already knew this one when I got lipo 360, but I just want to tell y'all. So I popped out on Instagram. You know, I've been showing myself off outside of my faja or even in a faja. But to be honest, guys, all of that is cap. Like, nobody who gets surgery could look that good right away. And what I mean by that is, like, normally anybody who gets surgery, they normally look like this throughout the day. Like, you look bigger. Like, right now I have, like, foams in here. You see how big I look, but I'm gonna plop in how I looked on Instagram today. So, you know, the reality is this healing is not glamorous. You know, you can't sit, you can't walk. Then you really don't want to put clothes over this, because you end up looking bigger. Like, I'm stuffed with so many foams, backboards, ab boards to compress myself so that the swelling goes down. And a lot of the times we see celebrities, or I'm not a celebrity, but like me, I'm an influencer, and I get online with just my faja without the foams, and I'm 2-3 weeks post-op, and it looks good. Like, oh my God, look at that. But the reality is 23 hours out the day, I'm stuffed with foams, boards, and I look big. So even when you go outside, you want to have on a big dress. You can't really show off your body and your results right now. Then you know, you guys have to watch out your sodium intake. Every little thing can make you swollen. You have to drink a lot of water. Like, it's so much that goes into this surgery. And a lot of the times, like I said, people make this surgery look glamorous. We see people who say they go get their body done and then they just look so good, but that's not the reality. I mean, I'm slimming down a lot, like, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to. But, you know, the first week or 2 out of surgery, I was really big. You know, the 1 day post-op, it was good, because that's before your body starts to react to all the trauma it went through. But once you get surgery, you don't see your final result till weeks and weeks and weeks down the line. So it could be a daunting experience. It could be intimidated, and that's a lot of things that people don't really discuss. You don't just get your body done and look good. Literally, it takes weeks and months. You have to get massages. You have to, it's a long process. It's like putting in work in the gym. It's not something that's overnight. The surgery is the walk in the park. You sleep during the whole thing, you wake up, but it really gets real during the healing process. So I want to tell you that. And then another thing I wish that I knew is that you don't really need like a post-op nurse. Like, I did have an amazing staff and everything take care of me, but to be real, if you're extremely healthy, I mean, with no health issues, you're not anemic, your lab work was perfect, and especially if you've ever been under anesthesia before, honestly, I had a blood pressure machine, a blood oxygen, and a heart rate monitor, and a temperature machine, because my nurse, I only had her for a few hours. And you know, after she left, it was just, you know, paying attention to your vitals, and I was good. So I don't really think that a nurse is really necessary, to be honest, if you're healthy. Like, and if you're just probably getting a BBL, if you're getting like tummy tuck, breast organ, a whole bunch of procedures in one, or you've never been put to sleep, maybe you should have a professional nurse nearby. But I feel like if you've done lipo before, or you've done a BBL, or you've been put to sleep before, or you're really healthy with your labs, I'm not sure if you need an actual nurse, or, you know, I'm not really sure if that's necessary. But you definitely need somebody with you, a caretaker who will be able to shower you for the first few days, things like that, because you can't wash yourself, you're super sore, you can't bend down, things like that. So another thing is, okay, so another surgery transportation is really important. So you guys know I had a Suburban pick me up out of my surgery, so that was good. Like, I like being able to come out of surgery and be able to get in the back of a Suburban and lay down. That made the experience better. I can't imagine just laying in a hard trunk or in the back of an Uber or the back of your friend car. So I would say, like, investing in post-op transportation after your surgery, after BBL, I would highly recommend that. That made the procedure, you know, a lot better. Then another thing I wish I knew about surgery, like, I had the money, so it wasn't a problem, and I didn't even pay for my surgery in full. But you know, at the end of the day, there was upsells that happened at the surgery center. So I just want my girls to be aware of that, to make sure that you travel with extra cash. So there was a cell saver. I already knew about this though. I was already prepared for this, but you know, I would highly suggest that you invest in cell saver, because it's basically all the blood that you lose during this surgery, they insert it back. And a lot of people like to argue that, oh, cell saver, you don't need it, it's not important, you shouldn't be losing that much blood. But I just feel like, why not? Whatever bit of blood that you lose during that surgery is cleaned out, filtered, and put right back into your body. So it's like a blood transfusion, but it's not. So it aids for a faster recovery, less blood loss, and your body feels like it probably really didn't go through so much surgery because you didn't lose that much blood. So I went ahead and I invested in that. That was an extra $600. Then after my surgeon evaluated me, because you know, he seen my pictures and stuff, but when he saw me in person and felt my skin, he suggested that we did J Plasma. Now J Plasma is $1,500. Well, they had a special because it's more than that, but they had it for $1,500. So I actually paid an additional $1,500 because I'm like, I need to tighten my skin. I do have loose skin. I had lost a lot of weight from before. I had lipo before. So he said, you really need to tighten up the skin. And I believed him, so I did it. Then I have health insurance, but I don't know what happened. Like, I wasn't the one going to get my prescriptions. And then I was told that your health insurance doesn't cover the prescription out of state. I don't know. So anyway, the person who went to get my prescription, you know, when they filled it, my entire prescription came up to $281. When I got my surgery in New York, you know, I had my health insurance. They paid for everything. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Listen, I paid for it and that was it. Then they, you know, I paid $100 for a drug test at the surgery place and $100 for my faja. My last surgeon, all of this was included. I didn't really have to pay for nothing while I was there. Like, everything, it was one set price, and you know, I got, you know, paid. So then one more thing is about like traveling to get surgery is so annoying. So another reason why I stayed in New York and chose my surgeon that I did is because I didn't want to fly. I didn't want to travel because I felt like it was a headache. And traveling for surgery was annoying. But I think Miami is probably the best place to get this type of surgery, because they do have good surgeons. So you want to research. But I did fly back home with Delta Comfort. I got the first class was sold out, so I ended up doing the Delta Comfort. It was right behind the first class, and it had so much room because it was an exit seat and it was only 2 seats. So me and my travel person, we sat there and it was nobody else next to us, so it was perfect. And it was so much space because it was an exit row, so I could stand up, move my legs, and I would get up every 30 minutes to walk. A flight from New York to Miami is only 2 hours and 30 minutes. I walked every 30 minutes, so that was good. And now I'm gonna get into the questions that y'all asked me. So somebody said, who was your surgeon and did you get your breasts done? So I've never got my breasts done. They look good because I have them up, but I do want to get a breast lift and augmentation. And don't say I'm dragging it, because if I was to come out of this damn bra, y'all gonna see my boobs go like that. I know how to make my boobs look good, but they're not done. My surgeon who did my BBL is Dr. Scott Moradian, and my surgeon who did my first round of Lipo 360, which I love so much, is Dr. Yoel. he's amazing, and so is Dr. Scott. But me and Dr. will just have this connection. His bedside manner is outstanding. No shade to Dr. Scott. Like, I am so thankful for my results. I made it out alive, but there was some things that I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, so what was recovery like, mental health during the process? So, you know, I have a video of exactly like what the recovery was like right after, but so far I've been doing pretty good. Like by day 9, I was back taking my calls. Y'all know I do one-on-one coaching calls. I teach people how to upgrade their content, how to upgrade their platforms, how to make money online. So I started taking back my calls on the 9th, and I'm booked out right now till June 1st. So I've been taking calls all the time in my house. I'll be on my knees or just standing up on my island on my laptop. So I've been good. My mental health is good. I just can't sleep well. Like, sleeping is so annoying. So the cost, so to be honest, my surgery, I did collab with my surgery center. So I did get my surgery for $1,000 off, not gonna lie. But to get surgery with Dr. Scott is $4,500. I paid $3,500. Then I had to pay for J Plasma, which was a $1,500 on top of that. Then $600 for the cell saver, $100 for a faja, $100 for a drug test, $281 for prescriptions. So that's the total cost right there. Can you post a link to your Airbnb? Yes. Okay, so the link to my Airbnb I'm going to post down below. And then guys, everything that I use for my surgery, I'm gonna link it down below. So there was this amazing company for Barbie's Recovery Collection. They made my life so much easier because I ordered one surgery bag from them and it had everything I need for surgery. But there was a few things that they didn't have, like Heal Fast, outfits for after surgery. So I'm gonna add everything to my Amazon storefront down below. Everything that I use outside of my mega surgery bag. So everything that I use for my recovery, I'm gonna put it down below. And how often do I do my massages? That's a great question. So fresh out of surgery, I got a massage done every single day. I left Miami. A lot of people ask this too, when did you fly home? I honestly flew home day 3 post-op. I know that's crazy. I was in Miami for 5 days. So on Monday I had my pre-op. Tuesday I got my surgery. Wednesday I was healing. I got a massage that day. Then the next day I got 2 massages. Then the next day I got 2 massages before I left. So I was getting 2 massages in a day. 1 in the day, 1 in the evening. So I got a total of 5 massages consecutively. When I got home Saturday. I started getting massages that Monday, and I go to that lady now. When I first got back, I went to her every single day that next week. So I literally got massages every single day for 10 days, and now I do them every other day. I'm still getting them right now. So massages, I'm definitely paying for. My massages right now, I pay $75 each for each lymphatic massage. And today, I don't know, I've been getting a lot of massages. I have one on Monday, so that was a good question. How do you determine the shape you want? What do you recommend to someone obese? So first of all, if you're out of shape and you don't have a healthy BMI, I would recommend you get as close to your goal weight as possible. Guys, lipo and BBL is not a weight loss procedure. I don't know what people told you, but it's not. So it's so important to get as closest to your goal weight as possible. Obviously for a BBL, they do like you to have some fat, and that was the thing. My BMI was a 26 because I had lipo before and I had lost weight, and then I had to try to start eating because when I set my pics and my weight, it was like, girl, with the results you want, it's going to be impossible. So I had to eat, try to gain weight. So I ended up going into the surgery with a BMI of 26. I don't know my BMI right now. My scale is dead, so I don't know how much I weigh at the moment, but I recommend that you work out and get as close to your goal weight as possible to get the results that you want. And how do you determine the shape that you want? I think that just goes on the research to your doctor. Like, if you know you don't want a big outrageous butt, don't go to a doctor who only delivers those outrageous results. If you know you don't want to look natural and you want something like, I could tell that girl went and got her body done, don't choose a surgeon that specializes in natural proportionate BBLs. So you basically, you find your shape based on which pics and your surgeon. Somebody said, is it painful? Did you get it done? What is a BBL? How much pain were you in? Okay, so somebody said, why did you choose your specific doctor for surgery? So I ended up finding this surgeon. Like, I was just looking, because I originally I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna go to Miami for this because it's just so much more affordable. Like, I paid almost $9 grand for lipo 360 only in New York, and now that I went to Miami, I know that my doctor, he's really worth every, you know, dime. In like New York, he just works at the top surgical center in the world. You could only imagine going to Miami for surgery versus going to the top plastic surgery group in the entire world in Long Island. Like, it clearly was a different experience, and you know, the price point was completely different. But I already knew I wanted to go to Miami because I'm like, I'm not about to pay no 17-20K for a BBL when this bitch and they body done for 3-4K. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, listen, I'm not doing that. Like, that doesn't make sense. And you know, I know that Miami had board certified surgeons, and every surgeon out there isn't a bad one. So my goal was to find like double board certified surgeons out there, and my surgeon, he was a double board certified cosmetic surgeon. My surgeon out here was a plastic surgeon, double board certified. But one thing I realized with research is that a board certified cosmetic surgeon is actually okay, because those are the surgeons that actually specialize in cosmetic procedures. BBLs, breast augmentations. Plastic surgeons, they obviously could perform these cosmetic procedures, but my surgeon, like I said, he's well-rounded. Not only does he do cosmetic surgery, he flies to Africa and fix like people who are disformed, and that's what makes a plastic surgeon. Like, they do a lot of reconstructive surgeries. They can do a lot, you know. But the cosmetic surgeon is actually a surgeon board certified that you will want to choose, because they actually have a specialty in breast lifts and BBLs and doing aesthetically pleasing cosmetic procedures. That probably don't make sense, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. So I was like, I need to find me a surgeon with no deaths in Miami. Like, and Miami's a big city. Like, every surgeon can't be this terrible surgeon with deaths. That's crazy. So, you know, I just started to type Miami surgeons. I found the place called Vanna Plastic Surgery. From my knowledge and the research I did, they didn't have any deaths. They wasn't a place that changed their names a whole bunch of times. All their doctors seem to be certified, no deaths. At least my doctor doesn't have deaths. And then when I was researching him, he was like one of, like, now there's more double board certified cosmetic surgeons, but he, you know, he did safe ultrasound assisted BBLs. When I went on his page, everything about his page was safety first, and I love that. Like, let's do results second, safety first. So just his overall, his vibe, his work, I just seen his page, I did my research on him, and I liked him. Like, he's a young surgeon. Both of my surgeons was pretty young and handsome guys. Not that I'm going to talk to them. Like, my first surgeon, he has a husband, but they're just young. I love their vibe, you know. So it was a lot of passion. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go. And you know what, somebody said, did they give you a discount for posting them? I think they work better on influencers, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna do another video on this, but like I said, they did do a discount, and I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with, I feel like I got better treatment because I was an influencer. Because some people at their surgery place, like the front desk people and everything, they weren't as nice at first until they had to like be told that I was there for social media promo. So I really didn't like that, because my first surgeon, I never let him see my Instagram until after like surgery, ever. Like, and I had a lot of following at that time. My YouTube, I had the 400K YouTube, but I was like, I don't want no promos, I don't want nothing. Like, my main thing is safety and health, and I don't want nobody seeing my followers just trying to do anything. So, you know, I never got my followers involved in my first surgery, and that man was genuinely just an amazing, well-rounded person. His staff, he never knew about my following on my YouTube until after, and he was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So like, this place, I'm not gonna lie, I do believe that I was treated better because I was an influencer. And I know that might not sound good, but I can't lie to people. Like, I have to be real. I can't tell people who watch me who don't have a following to do these things and they go and they don't get the same treatment. So I'm not gonna lie, like, when I first walked into the surgery center, I'm like, hey, they're just like, the energy was way off, and that kind of turned me off, because I'm like, I get my surgery tomorrow, I'm not really feeling y'all vibe. But then when they found out, oh, that's Chanel Richie, and they, hey, we doing a collab, they bring out the camera, she like, hi, how are you doing? And it was so fake, and it was like, girl, you was not just giving that. But you know, the doctor was nice. And if you know, if your goal is just, listen, my plan, I ain't here to make no friends, I ain't here for nobody to be nice to me, lay me on the table, wake me up alive with my body, if that's your vibe, then that place is for you. But if you want like a well-rounded experience, I don't know, I'm not really sure. But like I said, I'll do another video on that. Did Heal Fast supplements work? I do believe that the Heal Fast work. Like my incisions closed up really good. My scars are starting to go away. I'm using Moderna scar cream. All of this is going to be in my Amazon storefront, link down below. What are your eating habits? So I'm trying to do a lot of low sodium. At first I was doing a lot of low sodium, like I was eating a lot of salmon, greens, but now I've been kind of like eating what I want. Like I made me some tacos the other day with some low sodium taco seasoning. I've been trying to have like high protein diets. I'm eating clean, like I'm not eating no fast food. I've been mainly just eating in the house, but rice, high protein, like lots of salmon, rice, wings, rice. I'm just trying to protein, and carb. Did you do skin tighten for the multiple rounds? Did you do skin tighten on your multiple rounds? So I did the J Plasma, which is skin tightening, on this round, not the first round. And I do recommend, I don't really recommend multiple rounds. I don't really see why people go get multiple BBLs and things like that. To be honest, I think if I would have just got a BBL the first round, that may have been my last surgery. Like, I don't plan to get another round of BBL, and I do not plan to get another round of lipo. Not that it hurts so bad or anything like that. Listen, if I'm investing my money and just going through all of that, I'm not losing this body. The only reason why I got around 2 is because I didn't transfer fat the first time. So lipo and a BBL is completely different. It gives you a completely different look. So that's my only reason for that second round. So, you know, if you're a person that you're really huge, I probably would recommend lipo 360 first, or a BBL, because you have a lot of fat to get the look that you want. But like I said, I'd recommend just getting as close to your goal weight and just doing one round. Honestly, it's not a fun experience to keep doing multiple times. Like, it's just really not. So like I said, I think I'm really done. I'm done for sure with BBL lipo, but I do want to get a breast lift and augmentation. Or do you wish that they put more projection? Are you happy with your size? I'm honestly really happy with my size. Like I said, I was never like a big fan of like no big butt or going crazy about no butt. That's why I didn't get a BBL the first time. And you know, I already knew I didn't have that much fat anyway to get no big crazy butt. Number 2. Number 3, I really don't want that look, and I don't feel like I need that look. I always wanted just a nice slim frame with, like, I like the arch. I like what he did. Like, I like it. I like my butt exactly how it is. Plus, again, it's supposed to fluff out more. This is not the final result, but overall I love what I see and I love it. What are your eating habits? So why did you decide to get a BBL instead of lipo 360 with transfer to your hips? So basically, I pretty much did do that. I got lipo 360 with a hip dip fill, but to be honest, it's pretty much the same thing. A Brazilian butt lift, they're literally transferring fat and lifting your butt, so it's pretty much the same thing. From the moment they lipo something and transfer, to me, it's automatically a BBL. At that point, they're literally taking out fat and re-injecting it to change the shape of your butt. So it's pretty much the same thing. Are you truly happy with your results? I truly am. I wouldn't be online raving like I'm happy. Like, I love it, and you know, everybody loves it. So, you know, okay, another thing, were you scared to be put to sleep? So, you know, originally, another reason why I chose my first surgeon, because he was one of the only certified surgeons that was gonna do my surgery awake, because most surgeons would not do your surgery awake. But I was so scared to be put to sleep, and he doesn't really do awake surgeries, but he made an exception for me, and you know, I love that too. So that was another reason why I didn't go to Miami, because they all put you to sleep really. So it was just a lot. So I wasn't scared to be put to sleep, because I ended up having to be put on general anesthesia for another procedure. And once I made it out of that procedure alive, like, it was a quick like 10-minute procedure. So and once I realized, okay, like, my body could take general anesthesia, and that sleep was like the best sleep I ever had in my life. I'm like, oh no, I'm not scared of general anesthesia. So at that point, I wasn't scared. Like, when they insert the general anesthesia, guys, you smell this smell, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? And you just knock out. Like, the first time I got put to sleep, like, they was like, okay, so you ready? They was talking to me, and I was like, what's that smell? Am I supposed to smell that? And that's the last thing I remember, like, because it's like, what the is that? Because I've never smelled that in my life. It's like, is this okay? Because it's like this fume that you smell that go through your nose, and it's crazy. It's scary because it's something in your arm, but then you smell some shit in your nose, and the rest is history, and then you just wake up. So you know, when that happened, when I woke up safe from that general anesthesia, I'm like, wow, that was the best sleep I ever had. So from there, I wasn't really scared to be put to sleep no more. Then I did research. The more you research, the less you have fear. You know, like a lot of times fear comes from not being educated enough, or like I said, more people die giving birth than they do getting a BBL under the care of a certified surgeon when you're in the best health and all your labs are together. Like when you look at the overall risk and you look at everything, like a lot of things that we do on a day-to-day basis actually have a higher fertility rate than a BBL. So you know, a lot of things are just a miss of like not understanding and not being educated on certain topics and just reading the headlines on news. Yes, people die from BBLs, but when we dig deep and not just look at the headlines, those surgeons weren't surgeons, those surgeons weren't board certified, those surgeons weren't double board certified. Those patients weren't very healthy. They was anemic, they had high blood pressure, they had a lot of issues. You know, I've never ever read an article yet where a patient has been 100% healthy and there's been a double board certified plastic surgeon and then there was a death. Like, you would literally have to link that down below, and I would love to look at it. And things can happen at the end of the day, but when you understand what you're getting yourself into, instead of just looking at social media and just doing anything and just choosing a doctor just because, that takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. As you guys can see, both surgeons that I chose aren't these top popular surgeons that we hear about all the time. I don't care about clout, I don't care about your name, I care about safety, I care about research, and I care about how important you care about research and how qualified you are. So once you knock that out, and then I was super healthy for surgery. Like when I got my labs back and I got my x-ray, my EKG, like the people was bright and like the heart and lungs is outstanding. Like they was going in, I'm like, well damn, thank God I'm healthy as hell. Like I was like, damn, they using some cool words on my paperwork. So like my labs came back excellent. So when I looked at this whole big picture, I'm not anemic, I have zero health problems, my surgeon is double board certified. Like almost nothing could go wrong at that point, and general anesthesia is very safe. So you know, research before you are scared of something. You know, I was scared of general anesthesia because I didn't know, I didn't research, I didn't understand how safe it is. Okay, so somebody said, what made you want the BBL? So again, the first time I got lipo, I was just gonna be like, okay, let me just try to work out and try to build my butt naturally in the gym. And I did end up building my butt up, but my hip dips, the more I was building up my butt and the more weight I was losing, it's like my hip dip was getting worse. I'm gonna try to plug in Instagram is so, I mean, YouTube is so damn strict. Like I hate it because I want to post stuff, but I don't know, y'all gonna age restrict me. So you know, I was like, nah, I really need to fill my hip dips. Like nothing, like when you Google, a gym cannot even remove your hip dip. And I know people want to say hip dips is natural, da da da. I don't like my hip dips. I didn't like it. I had the means and everything to get it filled, and that's what I did, and I have no regrets. And somebody said, what kind of BBL was this? It looks very natural. So to me, this was like a skinny BBL because I didn't have a high BMI. My surgeon was actually worried because he was like, you don't really have enough fat from your previous lipo, like this is going to be a tough case. So I would consider this a skinny BBL where you don't have much fat to work with, and you know, your butt is just going to be just very natural looking because you don't have that much fat to work with. And even if I had a lot of fat to work with, I wanted this exact result, nothing crazy. I said, why did you choose Miami over the Dominican Republic? Oh hell no, I would never go to DR. Like I only trust United States surgeons. I would never ever leave the country for surgery. Obviously in Colombia and Dominican Republic, they do better work, or you know, they don't follow the same rules. They could take out more fat, they could get more aggressive. That's not really my thing. Like I said, results are the least important thing to me. Safety is first. Like obviously, because I mean, you could go get the best result, then have lipo burns, you could have fibrosis, you could have seromas, you could get an infection, you could die, you could get a fat embolism. So for me, safety is first. We could talk about results second. So in DR, all they care about is results first and just you looking good, but safety is not the #1 priority out the country, and that's a big problem for me. Is this your last surgery? Again, this is my last lipo 360 journey, but I do want to get a breast augmentation and lift, and then I am completely done after that. And let's see. So again, a lot of people asking about the pain. Like I said, watch that last video to know about the pain. Traveling, I hated it just because it was like, you know, when I got to the airport, I started to feel so dizzy. I was very nervous because I was worried about blood clots and stuff, because I'm like, damn, I'm really leaving Florida on day 3 and they recommend that you stay longer, but I needed to get back home. Like, I'm going home, period. So, you know, I got the clear from my doctor. He said it wasn't a good idea, but that I'm not a patient that was at risk for blood clots. And he didn't recommend completely, but he was like, I mean, if you gotta go, you know, go ahead. And, you know, wear your compression socks, take your antibiotics to avoid infections, because the plane is dirty, things like that. And I saw people leave on day 3 all the time, or day 4. So, you know, but I was still worried just knowing that the recommendation is to stay for like 7 days. So I was just so worried in the airport. I was feeling lightheaded because it was just a lot. I had a wheelchair because I couldn't really walk. It was just a lot. I didn't like flying back home. I didn't like traveling for surgery at all. Like, I already am starting to look at breast augmentation doctors, and they're all either in New York, New Jersey, or close. I don't want to travel for surgery again. That's not fun. I want to be close to home. I don't want to travel. So hopefully this answers all your questions. Again, guys, everything that I use for surgery will be linked down below. My Airbnb will be linked down below, and please give me other video ideas that you want to see next. I want to give y'all like a raw review of like my surgeon and the surgery place, so y'all can know the real tea, and even review my nurses and just my actual experience, because I know things could look glamorous, but I want to really give y'all like more than a Q&A. And then I guess I want to do another video on like what exactly did I use for surgery, what was useful. But everything that's in the links is everything that I used and everything that I needed. Like, everything I bought, I needed and I used. There was nothing that I didn't you know, need, or things. It was nothing that I didn't need. So anyway, I love you guys so much. I'm about to go edit this, get this up for y'all today. I love y'all so much. See y'all in my next video.